Guiding Principles in State Governments, an overview. Guiding principles are concepts and beliefs that serve as a guide for the amount of power a government holds and the role of citizens in the government. The principles determine the way of life of citizens, a nation's balance of power, and how power is divided in a government. The guiding principles are important because they create a country's structure, functionality, order, and stability. This paper will identify the types of guiding principles found in the state government and those that belong and do not belong in the state constitutions. Several types of principles guide the government. These principles include separation of powers, popular sovereignty, limited government, checks and balances, individual rights, and federalism. Separation of power involves dividing a state's government into branches with independent powers and responsibilities. Popular sovereignty is established through the consent of citizens. Its power is not legitimate if it is disregarded by the people it serves. A limited government is legally restricted in its use of power, thus, fewer laws are enforced on individuals and businesses. Checks and balances allow the empowerment of separate branches to create equality and division of power. Individual rights ensure people's independence in life and liberty and prevent government interference. Federalism allows the division of power between the state and national government. The different types of guiding principles help to rule and create order in a country. Various guiding principles are in the state constitution. The main principles in the state constitution are limited government, popular sovereignty, separation of powers, and individual rights. Principles that should belong to the Constitution are individual rights, popular sovereignty, federalism, and limited government. These principles allow citizens free expression, thus ensuring that people are contented. Separation of powers and federalism should not belong in the state constitution as they are not entirely opinionated on individuals' beliefs. The state constitution should uphold principles that cater to the state government's needs. To sum up, guiding principles are essential in a nation because they ensure stability and order. Guiding principles in the state government include popular sovereignty, checks and balances, separation of powers, individual rights, limited government, federalism, and republicanism. Limited government, individual rights, and popular sovereignty are the ideal principles to be reflected in the state constitution because they consider people's opinions. On the other hand, federalism and separation of powers should not be in the Constitution as they focus on a higher power.